And for playing the actual melody, so I think maybe we should focus on that first, because there's we could even do it with Autumn Leaves. There are just a few things that make it really that will expand your capabilities and being able to comp for yourself. And I want to sort of do that before we get into soloing it all. But it sounds like you have the basics of theory down. Like play an F sharp dominant 7.
Dominant 7. Right now.
Okay, that's a major 7?
Yeah, minor 3rd, my bad.
So an F sharp dominant 7.
Oh, wait. Oh my goodness.
It's all good?
Dominant. Major with a flat 7.
Yeah. There you go. That's it.
My bad.
Play an A9 chord. A of dominant 9.
Right?
Yep. Exactly. Perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna write down what you have. So current knowledge. You know all this? Do you know all the scales?
I know all of them, but I can't play them all 3 octaves perfectly yet. I'm still working on like E flat and B flat and F are weird for me right now.
Play a B major. Play a B major scale slowly.
It's on F.
Just a
the
B.
half step between A and B goes down.
Say that again.
The half step.
Well,
but I could have fixed it by now. I just haven't for some reason.
Oh, your keyboard?
It's not.
It has a problem with it, you're saying?
No. So when I play like the F scale, because most of the scales I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 with right hand or left hand. It's one of them, and then the other one I can do the other basic one. But with the F, I don't know where to put that other 4.
Oh. That? I just do 4 and then 4 and 3 and then repeat for F. But anyway, that doesn't matter. For now, just play a B major scale. Slowly. Great. Okay. So, play an E minor scale.
Oh, wait, that's Dorian, isn't it? Yeah. Keep playing much for Dorian.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry right now.
It's okay. Nice. Okay, great.
Like that.
No, that's cool.
All
right. So here's what I want. So there are a few assignments I'm going to make you for the next lesson. That's going to be one of them. So I have a scales video that I have somewhere in the mesh of all the videos that I have. And actually, the last, I think I go through all the scales and all the fingerings in the 1 hour lesson that I gave the last guy. So look through my recent videos, and the one that's 1 hour long, there's a section in there for scales. And grab the fingering from that, and next time that we have a lesson, I want you to have all of the major scales and minor. Well, actually, okay, here, assignment. Scales: major, minor, Dorian, and Mixolydian. Just have all of those down, at how many beats per minute? Let's say eighth notes at 40 beats per minute, so it'll be pretty slow. But I just want you to be able to do it smoothly with relaxed hands. So it'll be like this, probably. It'll take a lot of patience, but if you're able to have that sort of patience, then I want you to get this. So you do that, and then go to Mixolydian, which you'll have to adjust your fingering for. And so on and so forth. You know, and then Dorian. And then minor. So do those 4 scales, and then be able to do it in C sharp. But flawlessly, you know? So if I say play an A Dorian scale, you just immediately go up and play. Like, yeah, Jesus. You know? Is just be able to jump to it and execute it. Do you think you can do that for next week?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
How do I pay you? What do I do about that?
I'll PayPal. I'll send you my PayPal. It's easy.
All right.
So the next so that's one thing. Now it sounds like you can play a chord up to a 9 of any quality in any key pretty easily. Like if I say play a B major 9 chord, can you do that?
Yeah, actually, I have a cheeky fingering I use with my left hand, because sometimes when I practice these chords, I'll run off the scales and stuff. But what I do with my left hand, I do 1, 3, 5, and 9.
Make sure the 7 is in there too.
7, 2.
Yeah, whenever you play a 9 chord, the 7 is inherently in the 9 chord. Okay, so
Thank you.
That's cool. So you've got a good starting point. So like B minor 9. Play a B minor 9 now. Cool.
Oh, whoops.
I think.
I need a 7.
No, minor 7. Minor 7. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, all right, you have a pretty good starting point. I think for you, we can bypass a lot of the basic stuff and go to utilizing certain things in the context of a song. So we're going to start with Autumn Leaves, and we're going to pick apart all the ways that you can play Autumn Leaves as a pianist. The first...
Exactly.
Cool. All right, so the first aspect of that is being able to just play the melody, because you didn't have the melody correctly when you played it before. So, I'm writing this down in your assignment, Autumn Leaves melody. So just be able to put on a metronome and play this. Actually anticipate it like that. Section. Whoops, that's not right. Okay. Now I'm gonna play it again, just so that you can this is the one that you can play along to. Because I'm gonna upload this video, so just be able to play it at this tempo, along with the video with me. So 1, 2, 1. So that's the whole melody to Autumn Leaves. I want you to have that and be able to play it separately. That's funny. My text messages are coming up on my phone. Yeah, be able to play the be able to play that in your right hand now, and then in your left hand, what you were doing before was just the first inversion of the chords, right?
Yeah. Oh, I was starting with C minor, first inversion, then I went to F, what is that, third inversion?
Oh.
And then B flat, first inversion.
Play the way you did F.
Third inversion.
Play the way you did F.
It was with the C on bottom. C, E flat, F, and A.
Okay. And then B flat, how did you do that?
Huh?
How did you play B flat after that?
Well, I played in first inversion.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna change all of these to pretend that you're playing with a bass player and utilize the 9. So instead of playing C minor first inversion, you're gonna play the, well, I don't even know actually technically would that be called the second inversion of the 9 chord? It's you're not playing the C in the bass at this point. So it's E flat, G, B flat, and D. Okay? So that's your C minor. And then when you play your F, all you're gonna do is take the B flat and move it down a half step. And now it's an F dominant 7 with the 9 chord. Because you have your 7 there, your 9, your 3, and your 13 actually. So it's a 13 chord. It's dominant 13. The D, do you recognize why that's the 13?
Yeah, the way I remember the like 9, 11, 13, I think, okay, the 9's the 2, the 11 is the 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then the 13's the 6.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So that's going to be your voicing for the F, and then for the B flat, it's going to be this. Your 3, 6, 9. I'm sorry, 3, 6, 7, 9. Because that'll sound really good when you're with a bass player. It's nice and full if you can have the 6 and the 7 and the 9 in there. And then for the E flat, you're going to do this crunch voicing, which is D, E flat, G, and B flat, which is the 7, 1, 3, 5. And then for the A diminished, you have your flat 5, 7, 1, and 3. Okay? And then for your for the D, I want you to do the 3, sharp 5, dominant 7, sharp 9. Okay? And these are voicings that you can carry into a ton of different things.
Right.
And then for your G minor, I want this crunch voicing. When I say crunch, it means it has a minor second in there. That's the minor second. But then it has, and the reason that's there is because you have your 7, 2, or 7 and 9, and then 3 and 5. So that'll sound like this when you're playing along with it. Now, one cool thing to do when you play that G is to add the 13 in there. It gives like a cool crunch to it. So then it becomes... And then again. Okay? Now, for the B section, it's almost all the same chords. Well, so the A diminished is going to be the same, okay? And this is, again, I don't expect you to retain all this now. You can go back and review the video. So, now, no, actually I don't like that because then you have that. So, yeah, do the same voicing that you did before. Does that make sense, or am I going too quickly?
That makes sense.
Okay, so A diminished, which is the flat 5, 7, 1, 3, to the D7, which is 3, sharp 5, 7, sharp 9, to G minor, or G minor 13, which I showed you earlier. And then it's just the other 2-5-1. When I say 2-5-1, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's the 2-5-1 to B flat, which is the same exact voicings as before. So C minor, same one you started out with, to B flat major. Sorry, I might have said something wrong. But 2-5-1 to B flat major, then to E flat major 7, which is the 4th, and I showed you the voicing earlier. Then reuse the other voicings again from the 2-5-1 to G minor, which is A to D. Now this is the place where it becomes different. I'm going to give you an advanced concept here that you don't have to fully understand, but it's sidestepping chromatically. So you're going to be doing the G minor, but then bring it down a half step to F sharp minor in the same voicing. So F sharp minor would be 7, 9, 3, 5 in F sharp minor. And then F minor, 7, 9, 3, 5. And then B flat dominant 7, or dominant 13, which is the 3, the 13, the 7, and the 9. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? The B flat dominant?
Yeah, those chords you use, they're actually really cool. I do a thing with a G minor track I have. I know, totally off topic, but where I bring the root note down half steps. I like that sound a lot.
Cool. Yeah, so then just make sure that you know you're now going to the B flat dominant 7, which you should see in your lead sheet, which is the 3, the 13, 7, and 9. To the E flat, and then the 2-5-1 back to G in the same voicing. So going all the way through it, it's going to be this. Sorry. first you got to get the melody and the comping down like that. Okay, I made a little mistake in there, but I think you'll see. I corrected myself, so you'll see what to do. And get it with the metronome just at about, I don't know what tempo I'm at right now, but at about that tempo. Just make sure you can play it with the metronome and make sure you're swinging. Have the metronome on every beat so that you hear it. Do you want? I could give you a little more than that to bite off for the next lesson, or we could leave it at that. What do you think?
Well, what would you have in mind?
The next thing that I'm going to show you is the comping as though you were comping for a band, which is going to be like. Actually, I'm going to leave that for next time because that's too much to bite off. Get this in this method of comping for yourself down, and the right hand melody, and then if you, I'll play this for you, and this is what I will teach you in more depth for next time. If you want to start to review it, feel free because you'll have this on video. It's just those same chords, the 2, 5, 1 and B flat, which starts out with C minor to F dominant to B flat to E flat major to A diminished to which you could do there, or you could do a number of ways, to D7 with the flat 9 and the sharp 5, to G or G13, G minor or G minor 13, and then you repeat it. So the melody that you're hearing would be like da 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 da. And then, so the B section, which for that's really the comping you should be using for A diminished, A half diminished. So the B section, ba da 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 da, ba da da da, da 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 da. So that's the compings that I will teach you next time to be able to play with a band, because then you have a bass player walking the line and a melody, and a horn player playing the melody, and you're filling that in the middle. And there are a bunch of different, you can expand upon all of this to do compings like that sort of thing, which as we expand upon that, those roots of the comping will expand into that. And then I'll also teach you walking bass lines, so you can and all I was doing in the right hand was basically doing the same compings that I taught you to do in the left hand for your soloing, or for your melody. I just did that in the right hand. So in fact, that's another assignment because we have this content already. So melody and inversion single-handed comping in both right and left hand. So those things that I taught you in your left hand, and make sure you can do those in your right hand too. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. How does that sound as far as a good enough chunk to bite off for next time?
That sounds awesome. I'm really excited actually to learn the walking bass lines. I love bass lines.
Cool. Well, feel free to transcribe some of that if you want to.
All right.
But do you do any transcribing?
That's something I should do a lot more than I do. Sometimes because I have done it, but with like pop songs, I haven't really done it with anything.
Bro, we're gonna get you on it in jazz. There's an incredible Cannonball Adderley solo on his recording with Miles Davis on Autumn Leaves, and maybe we'll go into that. It's hard. It's really hard, but it's such a good one. It'll teach you so much about phrasing. I transcribed some of it a while ago, not all of it. But anyway, that's for another time, because that's when we get into soloing. That's next step. For now, let's just get our basics down. And if you breeze through this, which it sounds like you might, do exactly what I showed you with the comping and the melody, but do it up a half step, and then up a half step again. And so if you get through it really quickly, learn it in all 12 keys. Okay?
Yeah, I can.
Cool. All right. I think that's good. That's a good stopping point for us. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you so much. I'm really excited.
Okay. Beautiful. I'll upload the video, and then we'll schedule the next lesson for whenever you feel to have it. I'm in the studio for like until the 14th. The 14th is when I leave. And then it'll be hard for me to give lessons after that for a little while. But so if you want more before then, we can schedule it. And but otherwise, you have the video also to work on until we can schedule it again.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sweet. And I have a friend coming by to do a live streaming session in like 15 minutes. So if you check out the channel in 15 minutes, you'll get some other cool knowledge from this guy, Russell Sorosa.
Cool. That's awesome.
All right, man.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks a lot. You too. Talk to you soon. Bye.
You soon.